Eternity's Shadow by E. Thomas Canton. Copyright 2024 E. Thomas Canton. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photocopy, recording, or by any information storage and retrieval system, without written consent from the publisher. Credits. Voices by MURF.com. Sound effects from www.freesoundslibrary.com. And additional sound effects from www.zapsplat.com and pixarbari.com. Music by www.zapsplat.com and IB Audio.
At the moment of her brilliant success, Wilde, or Adams as people knew her then, could have not understood the forces that had already begun to marshal against her. Helen Schaefer. Octavia Wilde, The Definitive Biography Volume 1. Intoxicated by our own genius, we partied like the Medici popes. I contacted Murray from my circle with one word: success. I also remembered wearing that stupid party hat. Stumbling out into the night with Fen, I tripped on the wet cobblestones, appearing to any potential onlooker as if I were drunk. But I didn't care. We should celebrate like that more often, I said, as I laughed at my clumsiness.
Why are you walking like that? You're not drunk. Alcohol's not allowed anymore.
Sad, but true. Yeah, but I wanted to know what it felt like to experience stone-stinking drunkenness, I said.
And how does it feel?
Upon reflection, I'll skip the pretend hangover in the morning.
Sounds like a good idea.
Hey, look, I said. Fen watched with a growing smile as I pulled a small ordinary-looking key from my pocket and held it up for her. That's it. That's it, I said. Your very own quantum key. You'll need it to unlock the Nexus, otherwise you'll open the door and walk into a regular room. I suppose that's the problem when you create something that doesn't exist in normal reality. Hey, I want you to promise me something. Fen looked at me. Don't share that with anyone, okay?
Okay.
It's important to me. If you love me, under no circumstances, show the key to anyone, I said. I hoped I had underscored how dangerous knowledge of our creation could be.
I get it. It's okay. I know the danger. And I do love you,
she said. Fen took the key from me and studied it in silence.
Where's yours?
I pulled the necklace out of my shirt, showing her my key dangling on a silver chain. I returned it from where it came. Fen opened her mouth and looked at me for a brief second before turning away. Being introspective could be a tricky proposition for Fen. When she spoke next, she did so with hesitation.
There's a reason you put in all that time and effort. In all the years we've known each other, she never once asked me why. I knew it had been on her mind. I wanted to tell her, but it always came down to the questions of how and what. You want to know? I asked. The determined look in her eyes made me understand that she, too, knew this conversation had waited long enough. Yeah, I want to know. She placed the key into the right pocket of her jacket. Deep breath. Okay, where to begin? It's complicated. I nodded ahead of us to the Don River. That's where they found me 10 years ago, I said. No idea who I am. Or, at least, was. Now came the bombshell. Let's see if she'd accept the truth. No. My DNA didn't match, I said. Didn't match? You should keep looking. I mean, they're bound to be out there.
No. It didn't match. Anyone. The church has everyone's DNA on record from birth.
There are hundreds of reasons for that.
You're not listening. Mine didn't match. They had no record of me.
You slipped through the cracks somehow. That's all. The doctors forgot to take your blood when you were born.
That's what I thought too.
But
But they discovered that I'm not related to anyone on Earth, I said. I know. One night I snuck. Sorry. I broke into the hospital office and checked my file. The files they wouldn't show me.
That's impossible.
Fen tried her best to reason her way through it. My entire family, and all my ancestors, would all have had to have fallen through the cracks. And that makes no sense to me, I said. We stood at the wire fence overlooking the small river. Beyond it stood the old, rusty black iron Vatican Street Bridge.
Well, you didn't fall from the sky.
No, just from that bridge, I said.
What?
Well, according to the monk who found me, anyway.
You can't remember anything.
She asked.
Anything at all?
I hesitated. Some things you tell no one. An older woman. Grey hair. Dyed red. I remember bright lights shining down on me. I was lying down. She looked down at me and took off a green surgical mask. The only other thing I remember was a necklace that she had. It had a small ornament of circles within circles. I think those circles hold some religious significance, like the crucifixes the priests here wear. I then told her of the Marble City. There's no city on this earth that comes close to what's in my head. And if it's not on this earth, then where is it?
How do you know it even exists?
I don't. But it's like it's ingrained in me. Like something in my DNA is telling me it's real. I know it sounds stupid, but I can't explain it any better. It's so frustrating. Every time. That image. I have this intense.
What?
I don't know. A memory. It's like grasping vapor. Fen took in everything I told her. And for the longest time, she didn't say a word. And neither did I. We both stared at the river. Fen broke the silence.
They found you down there. By the water.
Yeah, that's why they named me Brooke.
Wait.
She said.
You need to be named after a saint.
What? You've never heard of Saint Brooke? Fen shook her head. Patron saint of the blessed, long-winded, inarticulate mumblers. She smiled that sweet smile of hers, and all the tension of the last few minutes dissipated.
Ah, babbling brook.
Stupid joke. I know. But I'll never forget that moment. It would be the last laugh we ever shared. Yeah, long way to go for a terrible joke. Fen laughed again. Besides, who is Saint Fen? She sighed. I could tell that she didn't want to talk about it.
Santa Marta.
Fen said.
The patron saint of cooking. She named her 2 daughters after spices. So it's acceptable to the church.
Oh, good Lord, she didn't name you fenugreek, did she?
No. No, 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 no. No.
So that's a no then. I couldn't help but wonder what her full name could be.
Give it up.
We never heard the car drive up, or the man get out. We only heard the words he said.
Fennel Smith.
Fen cringed.
Professor Adams?
I turned to see a serious-looking man in a black suit. Still, he wasn't the focus of my thoughts at that moment. Fennel. I said.
Stop it.
Fen said. I couldn't stop. Forget about parallel worlds. They're not as strange as Fennel. Fennel. What kind of name is Fennel?
Excuse me.
He tried again, not having expected our indifference to his existence.
I have a big family. Okay. Angelica, Jasmine, Basil, Anise, Saffron, Ginger, Rosemary. By the time I came along, it was the only name left.
Pardon me.
The man said.
That would explain the dog named Kelp, I said. Although they did have a dog named Kelp. Seriously. Kelp?
Excuse me.
We looked at him as if he had only arrived at that moment.
Are you Professor Adams and Ms. Smith?
Otherwise known as the 2 most brilliant people on Earth, I said. So who are you and why are you yelling at us? He looked at me as if we were the 2 most annoying people on Earth. The man flipped open his identification. Whoa, I said.
Now, are you Professor Adams and Miss Smith?
Yes. Why? What's wrong?
Fen asked. The man opened the back door of the car. He gestured inside.
Come with me, please.
Fen and I looked at one another. As the car sped away, I looked out the rear window. I watched as a dark cloud approached the full moon from behind. Wait a minute. From behind. The moon.